Hey, what up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and you might be disappointed like I am that the Cowboys didn't end up with Jamal Adams, but I do think that this was a move better not made by the Cowboys and perhaps could be one miss that turns into a major gain for the Cowboys. We'll get into all that coming up, but first, shout out to betonline.ag for sponsoring today's video. betonline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. So over the weekend, we learned that the Seattle Seahawks and not the Dallas Cowboys would be trading for Jamal Adams from the New York Jets, who's from Louisville and obviously has grown up as a Cowboys fan and has been linked to the Cowboys for a couple of years now. So on the one plus side, at least we don't have to talk about Jamal Adams rumors. We can just cross that one off the list. No more Dak Prescott contract discussions, and Jamal Adams done. Shout out Patrick Kahn. And look, I wanted Jamal Adams. You know, on previous videos, I've talked about this being the type of move that could put the Cowboys over the top. But the package that Seattle ended up giving the Jets in exchange for Jamal Adams, far too rich for my blood. They gave up 2 first-round picks and a seasoned cheap safety in Bradley McDougald. They also swapped a 2022 4th-round pick for a 2021 3rd-round pick. So the Jets end up with 2 firsts and an extra 3rd next year. They lose their 4th in 2022, but end up with an extra 1st-round pick in 2022. When you look at recent history, the Bears traded 2 first-round picks for Khalil Mack. The Texans traded 2 first-round picks for Laramie Tunsil at a left tackle. We also saw the Rams trade 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey. And these were all premium positions. When you look at the guys that general managers tend to pay for, first, it's quarterbacks. The next crop would be pass rushers and wide receivers. And then you have offensive linemen and corners. So those 3 tiers of the amount of money that are paid to the highest players at those positions tell you there's a premium on those positions. Safety's down the list. Jamal Adams plays a position that is not exactly a premium in terms of salaries handed out to the best players of those positions. Now look, on the one hand, you could say that safeties to the Seahawks much more important than safeties to the Cowboys. And that could be very well true. In fact, Pete Carroll's history, he's a defensive-minded coach that started as a secondary coach. So he has been able to show the ability to get the most out of his corners and safeties. And so when you look at what Jamal Adams has already accomplished in his career, and a guy like Pete Carroll is maybe the only coach in football that can improve the play of this guy already. But the biggest thing for the Cowboys is, as we've talked about before, he's not a free safety. He's a true strong safety. Right? He is better in coverage than your traditional linebackers and is better in run support than most safeties. Right? So he's a hybrid linebacker type safety that can even rush the passer effectively. But that's not exactly the type of player that the Cowboys need in their secondary, right? They need a true free safety. They need a 24-year-old Earl Thomas, who's not exactly available right now. So here's where the Cowboys' miss could end up being a major gain. And that is that if you wanted Jamal Adams, but you knew that you needed a free safety, and so you're looking at Jamal Adams and his skill set and saying, we'd like to have a guy that can help us rush the passer because we certainly need more guys that can do that. Well, in the miss for Jamal Adams, may I interest you in Jadeveon Clowney. Now, I know that people will write below about Everson Griffin and post in the comments about Everson Griffin, and I'm not against that either. But the Cowboys right now have an opportunity to nab a Jadeveon Clowney on a 1-year contract. Even if it's $17 million and you're paying a premium at that position, it's 1 year of a highly paid pass rusher that if you let walk next offseason, will end up netting you a compensatory pick. And if you're the Cowboys and you're still looking to improve that defense, which you absolutely should be, then why not get help opposite Tank Lawrence and Jadeveon Clowney, and a guy that plays the game similar to Tank Lawrence. We've heard for months now that the Cowboys are not interested in Clowney. And I get it. It's a heavy price tag for a guy that's only had double-digit sacks once in his career. But you don't have to give up any draft picks. You pay him a ton of money up front, 1 year guaranteed. You see what he does, and then you let him walk and get a compensatory pick. And by that time, and into next year, you'll get that pick. Plus, you'll have seen from Bradley and I, Randy Gregory and Alden Smith, and you can figure out who is your long-term solution there at right defensive end. Look, I wanted Jamal Adams, as I'm sure all of you did as well. But 2 first-round picks, plus a current veteran, and you're going to end up having to pay him as the highest paid safety in football, so you get no time with him being cheap, just too rich for my blood. I'm glad the Cowboys passed, and let's see if the Cowboys can turn this miss into a major gain for them. Hey, consider hitting like or subscribe to the video, and again, shout out to my sponsor, betonline.ag, for sponsoring today's video.